Hello, everybody. This is Ron Dittmars talking to you from the Erasmus Academy recording studios. And Irene is with us today in our third segment on the story of St. Nicholas, recorded on December 6th, of course. So our procedure, as you know by now, is I'm going to be reading out loud and Irene will repeat after me. And please read with her to get a sense of the flow of the sentence and the sound. And then I'll ask questions about the structure of the sentence in order to sort of unpack how the syntax works in the sentence, and then give you some vocabulary words. And the idea is that we work through these sentences together, and then you also get an idea of how to translate them. One person suggested actually pausing the recording after I ask a question and try to answer it, and then start the recording again to hear the answer, which was a really great idea. Okay, so let's start off here. From here, we're going to go right down to this point right down here. Okay, so here we go. Nikolaus ließ auf seine Kleider Taschen aufnähen. Everybody?
Nikolaus ließ auf seine Kleider Taschen aufnähen.
Good. Now this is, lassen is a idiomatic way of saying, literally it means he allowed to sew on, right? Aufnähen means to sew on something. But the way that resolves in idiomatic English would be he allowed so pockets to be sewed on, or he had pockets sewn onto his clothes. So that's how you with this how this works in resolving it in a way that is understandable in English. Okay, so the sentence would be Nicholas had pockets sewn onto his clothes. Going on, vergnügt schlüpfte in die seinen start again. Vergnügt schlüpfte in seinen weiten roten Mantel und spazierte am Abend durch den Garten. Everybody?
Vergnügt schlüpfte in seinen weiten roten Mantel und spazierte am Abend durch den Garten.
We've had this verb schlüpfen before. It means to slip into something. So content, or now happy, he slipped into his all these adjectives, broad red coat, now with pockets sewn on, obviously. And spazierte means what?
He walked.
And just finish that sentence.
In the evening through the garden.
Good. What's this called? This durch takes the accusative. What is this phrase called grammatically?
A prepositional phrase.
Prepositional phrase, which is a directional accusative. So durch always takes the accusative, through the garden. Okay, and this is masculine. If this were feminine, it would be durch die. Okay, going on. Füllte seine Taschen mit Nüssen, Äpfel und Mandarinen. Everybody?
Füllte seine Taschen mit Nüssen, Äpfel und Mandarinen.
The verb is?
Füllte.
Füllte, okay. And then obviously the direct is is the subject. Where's the direct object?
Seine Taschen.
Good, his pockets. He filled his pockets. And this means Mandarinen means tangerine. So translate the sentence.
He filled his pockets with nuts, apples, and tangerines.
Good. Erneut means sort of renew, but it also means once again. Schlich So once again he stole. Let's read this together. Erneut schlich sich aus dem Palast, ging zu den Armen und verteilte alles. Everybody?
Erneut schlich sich aus dem Palast, ging zu den Armen und verteilte alles.
So the three verbs, where are they?
Schlich sich.
Good. Schlich.
Ging und verteilte.
Good. Irene included this reflexive pronoun, which we always do when identifying the verb. Schlich sich. Sich schleichen. There are some verbs that always go with reflexive verbs, and the rule is you translate them literally. Then if they're not necessary for the meaning of the sentence, then you can just omit them. Ging, the second, and he went, and then he distributed everything. So I think you can translate that. Go ahead, translate. Once again.
Again, he slipped from the palace, went to the poor, and distributed everything.
Good. Mit 12 Jahren wurde Nikolaus weit weg in die Schule gebracht. Everybody?
Mit 12 Jahren wurde Nikolaus weit weg in die Schule gebracht.
Verb complex?
wurde gebracht.
which means he was brought, you could say. He was brought. And the subject is obviously Nikolaus. Now, words of motion normally don't take a direct object. So in this sentence, you don't have a direct object. So just pretty straightforward. This means far away. So his parents are sending him far away into a school or something. So translate with 12
for
years. Start with 12 years, or
with 12
maybe more idiomatic would be at 12 years, or when he was 12 years old or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
At
Good.
12 years, Nicholas was brought far away into the school.
Good. Berühmte Lehrer unterrichtet ihn. Berühmte Lehrer unterrichteten ihn und unterwiesen ihn in der Heiligen Schrift. Everybody?
Berühmte Lehrer unterrichteten ihn und unterwiesen ihn in der Heiligen Schrift.
These two verbs are pretty similar. Unterrichten means to teach, and then unterweisen is to instruct. So famous, this means adjective, famous teachers. Lehrer are one of those words that have the same form in the singular and the plural. So famous teachers taught him and instructed him in der Heiligen Schrift, in the holy writings. Go on. Wo Not und Elend sah, gab mit vollen Händen. Everybody?
Wo Not und Elend sah, gab mit vollen Händen.
Mm-hmm. Where's the main verb? There are two phrases here up to the comma, and then there's one after. Where's the main verb?
Gab.
Good. And this comes from what? What's the infinitive?
Geben.
Geben. Good. So this is a strong verb. It's a past tense. So he gave, and then this means wo, where he saw, again from sayen, also a strong verb, where he saw need and misery, and then go on. Just translate.
He gave with full hands.
Yeah, and he gave obviously whatever he had to give with full hands generously. Doch machte dies jeweils im Verborgenen.
Doch machte dies jeweils im Verborgenen.
This means from time to time, jeweils, and then im Verborgenen, so in secret. So it's the sense of that. So translate that sentence. Yeah.
But he did this from time to time in secret.
Exactly. Yeah. He did this. Here's your dies. This also stands for dieses, but this is a direct object. This is very often an alternative form of dieses. Okay, go on. Als einmal zum Gottesdienst in die Kirche trat, wurden die Wörter verlesen.
Als einmal zum Gottesdienst in die Kirche trat, wurden die Worte verlesen.
Where's the main? When I say the main verb, I'm asking the main verb of the sentence. Actually, it goes all the way up to here. So it would be wurden gelesen. So they were read. What's the subject of that?
Die Worte.
Yeah, the words were read, and then als. What does this introduce? Als always normally like a subordinate clause. It can never be. This is a signal that this is a subordinate clause. Okay. So treten as he entered, you could say, once to worship service into the church. As he entered into the church, here's a directional accusative. Okay. Go up to this comma here. Just translate.
The words were read.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as he once entered into the church to a worship service, the words were read. And then what does D refer back to?
Die Worte.
Yeah, the words which, and then verb complex is?
Gesagt hatte.
Yeah, which, the words which then Christ had said, pluperfect, had said to the wealthy young man. Zum, and zum is a contraction for what?
Zu dem.
Good, zu dem. And then you have the M already taken care of, so this is adjective is just an N to the rich young man. And then let's go on. Wirst du mir angehören, so verschenke alles, was dir gehört, an die Armen. Everybody?
Willst du mir angehören, so verschenke alles, was dir gehört, an die Armen.
Now, this looks like a question here, But when you look at the sentence as a whole, and you have a verb first construction, and you also have so or done in the following, then this actually makes this first phrase conditional. So that's why you would supply if you want. So this is second person singular. If you want, and angehören means to belong. So if you want da da da, so give everything. And what's the antecedent for was, Irene?
Alles.
Alles. This is a pair. As something that's indeterminate is the relative pronoun used. Give everything what belongs to you to the poor. So put the whole sentence together. Willst du?
If you want to belong to me, then give everything that belongs to you to the poor.
Exactly. Perfect. Great. Über diese Worte hatte Nikolaus oft nachgedacht. Ready?
Über diese Worte hatte Nikolaus oft nachgedacht.
Verb complex.
Hatte nachgedacht.
Good. And nachdenken means to reflect or to think about. So how would you translate that?
He had reflected.
Great. Putting for he. Very nice. Very nice. So, and where's the subject? You're looking for a singular subject.
Nikolaus.
Yeah, I'm just doing it very sort of literally, just so you can see that. Okay, and so regarding these words, Nikolaus had often reflected. Going on. Nun ließen sie ihn nicht mehr los. Everybody?
Nun ließen sie ihn nicht mehr los.
What's los doing at the end of the sentence?
It's part of the verb complex with ließen.
Exactly. It's a separate prefix. So lassen just means to allow. Loslassen to let one not to leave one alone. So nun lassen sie. What's sie refer back to?
Diese Wörter.
Exactly. Yeah. Sie. These words. Now these words and nicht mehr together means no longer. So now these words, or they, you could say, now they, referring to these words, no longer left him alone. In other words, he was just thinking about them all the time. Go on. Rief den Haushofmeister.
Rief den Haushofmeister.
Befahl ihm Geld und Gut an die Armen zu verteilen.
Befahl ihm Geld und Gut an die Armen zu verteilen.
Rief comes from what verb? From rufen, to call, is a past strong verb. So he called the house master, and befallen comes from, is past tense from befehlen, to order, or it also means to direct or to bid. So, and it always takes the dative. Where's the dative? And that's up to the und? Ihm. And he bid him, or he directed him to do what? Where's the verb complex?
Zu verteilen.
Yeah, so the full verb complex would be befahl zu verteilen. So he bid him, and then where's the direct object? To distribute what?
Geld und Gut.
Yeah, for the poor. So we did the whole sentence. Good. Let's see. Then going on. Denn wolle sich aufmachen ins heilige Land, wo unser Herr gelebt hatte.
Denn wolle sich aufmachen ins heilige Land, wo unser Herr gelebt hatte.
We wanted to finish in 9 minutes, so we're now at 13 minutes. But anyway, den means for, and then what mood is this, Irene?
Subjunctive.
Subjunctive, yeah. So and so you would put it in the hypothetical. For he would like to set off, sich aufmachen. Ins is a contraction for in das, directional accusative. For he would like to set off into the Holy Land, where, and then finish that sentence.
Where our Lord had lived.
Exactly, yeah. Good. So that's the end of the third section, and hopefully you'll come back for the fourth and fifth section of this series, and hope you had a great time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.